Wombat, it's time for your new section.
Wombat's awesome Apex Assault, you say?
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
I do.
I don't know if I like that you like it. The whole joke before was that you didn't like Overwatch.
I know, but I'm an Apex champion. Are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we both did nothing to get our teams, our squads there. But
that is true. Actually, no, I had 2 revives.
well, I helped too, but I didn't set the world on fire or anything.
I revived my teammate that wound up being the one who got all the kills.
Wait, this is not the time to talk about the awesome Apex Assault. This is the time to do the news and multi-platforming.
Oh, okay. So what's next?
I don't know. Look at the outline.
Okay. Activision Blizzard King.
Wombat has 2 monitors now, so it's going to be very difficult for us to hold his attention.
Actually, I have the outline on one monitor, and I just have the
porn
audio file on the other. But that's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Activision Blizzard King laid off 800 people this week.
Right.
Even after having their best year ever.
No, is that what was it their best year ever, or they had record revenue?
Record revenue.
I mean, that might be their qualify as saying that it's their best year ever. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
sounds like it
was it profits or revenue? It was revenue.
Revenue.
Okay, there's a big difference there.
They had profit. It was a profitable year for them.
Yeah, but I mean, your biggest revenue year doesn't exactly always equate to your biggest profit year. They're not. Yes. They're independent of one another.
We get it.
Anyway, so they laid off 8% of their workforce. It seemed like it was mostly marketing people.
Was it?
I think so.
It was marketing and esports. I think were the majority of the people affected, but that is just what I've read online. I don't know for sure.
Right. So I noticed that there's definitely a lot of articles on gaming news sites that were pretty very aggressive against Activision. I'm referring specifically to the one that I read on Waypoint, which is fine. I mean, that's certainly people are allowed to write whatever they want.
Well, I think it's just because it comes out the same week that Bobby Kotick's annual salary came out. And it's
always out. It's a public company. So
that's what I mean. But
it wasn't that. It was they were hiring a new CFO.
Yeah, and to make $25 million and then let go 800 people is
bad optics.
There's a disconnect there.
They call that bad optics, Wombat.
Yes, that is bad optics for sure.
I think part of the problem.
At the same time, they're not like profit and revenue. They're not exactly connected.
Well, sure, but I think the bigger problem is that they don't have any games coming out.
Yeah, that's the reason, the logical reason why they went through the layoffs is because last year might have been great for them, but this year they don't have a whole lot going on.
But is it worth it to retain the employees for when they do? Because
even
though this is an off year now, I would say 2020 will probably not.
Well, a lot of the people were working on Destiny. I mean, I don't know what some of the people were working on Destiny. That's not a thing that's coming back.
But there's the next thing. It's not like there's not going to be something else.
Right. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, if you think about how Activision has changed in like the last 5 years, and even before that, the 5 years before that, like they used to just be pumping out games.
Oh yeah, and they stopped that completely. And
all over the place. Now they have like 3 franchises now.
Yeah. Destiny, Call of Duty, and what am I missing?
It's not anymore.
Not Destiny.
Destiny's off right now, but
they lost it. They're gone. Destiny's gone.
Destiny's gone.
They're gone. You're right. Wow. Sorry, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So it's Call of Duty and what?
Blizzard stuff. So
Diablo,
Hearthstone, Overwatch. If they make another World of Warcraft, obviously.
World of Warcraft.
If they make another just proper Warcraft game. It is weird. Like, where are the games?
Well, they saw. I firmly believe they saw what Rockstar was doing which is make a very low quantity of games, but make sure that they're all like super
billion-dollar
blockbusters.
games.
Yeah. And then you can, it's a much more focused approach. Like
which is fine, but I guess, this is a company that, has 8,000 employees. I mean, if 8% is 800,
right.
They have around 8,000 employees. So it's...
Well, that's why they're getting rid of some a little bit at a time, maybe.
By the way, so basically the question is this 800 people, is this an isolated incident based on course correction due to the loss of Destiny, or is this a trend that's only going to get, this month it's 800 and 3 months from now it's 1,600, and then the next thing you know, in 2 years Activision is a company of 200 people.
I like Shipwreck's thinking in that they're looking at games like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead that not only do they sell a jillion copies, but the people just keep playing it and pumping more and more money into it. And
they could do that with Call of Duty.
They do, but it doesn't. I don't think it's the same.
Well,
they
need to. They haven't done that with Call of Duty, but they can do that.
It's a different type of game, though.
Well, it's a different type of game today.
Done it to an extent.
You could take something like Grand Theft Auto Online or Red Dead Online and that kind of game and change it out from cowboys or guys on the street to soldiers. And it's just a big open world MMO.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be the same type of game. It's the business structure, not the game type.
Well, Cheapy was saying that that's not. That was
no. I'm talking about a game that's super big single player game that lasts forever. Multiplayer mode that also gets new content updated all the time and with tons of microtransactions.
And there's no reason why you can't wrap the Call of Duty name.
Well, but they haven't done that yet.
I know they haven't done it yet. It doesn't mean they can't do it.
They could.
It's totally doable. If anything, that's where that franchise should go.
But they just took the story out. They're heading in a different direction, apparently. I don't know what direction that is. They they're not really agile, I guess is what I'm saying, Activision. They don't seem to be responding to the industry trends very quickly.
Maybe that's part of what they're working on. I don't know. I mean, it's shitty however you look at it.
Like Blizzard, they have Blizzard, and Blizzard's, got some big games, but Blizzard doesn't make a lot of games, and it doesn't.
They do. Well, they do things the way Rockstar does. Mm-hmm. They release one game every X
whenever it's ready. Like
huge. Yeah.
They're just like, all right, whenever it's done, it's going to be done, and that's why. I don't know. That's why Diablo's not out.
Diablo Mobile's coming.
Announced. It's just weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I don't want to see anybody get laid off or lose their job, and I hope everybody finds jobs very quickly.
Absolutely.
But this isn't exclusive to Activision. This isn't exclusive to video games. This is how businesses are run.
Right. But you know what's the difference is, I think, in people's minds, and I can't really fault them for it. They see executives, I'm talking about for a video game company. See executives like a Bobby Kotick making $30 million, and they know that those executives are not involved really in the creative process.
His day-to-day may not be very much.
In terms of the games that are making that are bringing in the money, right? He's not.
There's someone who probably missed every one of their child's life events for a year.
Right, exactly.
Call of Duty that lost their job this week.
Right.
Meanwhile, Bobby Kotick, who probably hasn't missed a ballet recital in 10 years, made $30 million.
So I think when people see the artists themselves, who they look up to and respect because they're creating these games that they love, are being pushed aside like garbage, while the executives who don't even get their hands on the games or have really any input at all are making, millions and millions of dollars. It doesn't seem fair. And I get it. If you substitute video games for hammers, I doubt that people would be as sympathetic. It's just that there's artists at work here, literal artists at work here, and they get laid off, and people feel bad for them, and it makes sense.
I get it.
I get it. And I don't understand. I also
Rick doesn't get it. He thinks everyone should just be let go.
I understand both sides of it, I would say.
But I also, and I certainly understand why people say, why does a CFO need to make $20 million? Like, what about the CFO? What if he got a CFO who made $1 million?
Well, then he
like that guy
would leave and go to another company that would pay him the $20 million.
I just don't get, like, you can't get a good guy for $1 million, like that, like he can't do math or whatever. Like, what do you need? The CFO is just doing the finances.
Or even $10 million. I'm sure there are a lot of great CFOs that would do the job for $10 million, and you could probably have kept, I don't know, 600 of the 800 employees.
I know it doesn't work that way, but don't look at it as employees, but maybe look at it. You could fund a whole nother game. You could pay for a whole nother game to come out every year. It's just where are the products coming out of Activision?
Yeah. Well, I get that, but at the same time, the stocks are up.
Well, again,
right?
Of course the stock. Well, the stocks are up because they let people
it's
go.
A combination of good news.
Yeah. We can make. They're saying they're going to be able to make more money with less people. Your stocks.
Well,
go
and
up.
it was
That's
good news
works.
on the revenue front from the past year.
Yeah.
And the stocks
Revenue
were
that
already
they don't have
down
anymore.
because of the Bungie news.
That's a lot of people working for Activision.
That's what to me.
Why are there so many people? What are they making?
8,000 people working for Activision sounds like so many people to me. But what do I know?
I mean, if they were putting out, how many games are they putting out a year?
Well, there's also Candy Crush is part of that.
But whatever. Still, 9,000
Candy
people?
Crush, Diablo, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, Overwatch, Call of Duty.
That's a lot of people, dude.
I'm just saying.
That's like 1,000 people working on each game.
I guess.
It's
a lot of people. I don't know.
I don't know either.